Right now for those commuters coming in from the city's east side, it looks great. I-70 near Arlington Avenue. Nothing too thick right now. Weather once again cooperating with us here. Volume not bad in both directions here. So if you are traveling east to downtown, you should be in the clear of any issues, at least for right now. Metro area, for the most part, actually looks pretty great considering we're approaching our 7 o'clock hour here. So if you're coming in from the north side, looks great. South side included in that. East of downtown also looks great. We do have a crash here well east of the city along US 35. We have two lanes blocked. So this is both directions here of US Highway 35. If you're familiar with this area, this is near High Street where there is a crash there. They do have both directions of that currently closed off to commuters. So keep that in mind for your drive. East into the city, heading in from the east side, I should say, looks great along I-70 continuing inbound, and then Pendleton Pike and Washington Street also look great. This is a snippet of Washington Street and I-465. Volume here does look kind of thick, but nothing that's creating any delays for those commuters. And our east side drive times also look great too. Pendleton Pike from McCourtsville to I-465 at a 14-minute drive. 70 from Greenfield into downtown at a 15-minute morning commute. And then 40 from Greenfield to I-465, you're just over a 20-minute morning drive.
Thank you, Stephanie. It is 6:53 now. All new next hour, holiday help. Jane King joins us live with how many workers UPS is hiring. And we're staying on top of breaking news, taking action. What Indiana's Attorney General is saying that his team is looking into after the president outlines a new plan to fight new challenges that are fueling the pandemic. Remember to get in and around Indianapolis this morning. We haven't run into a whole lot of issues actually in the metro area. A few accidents in some of our outlying areas. We'll get to that one in just a bit here. This is near I-465 at 71st Street. So if you are traveling in from the northeast side, this stretch here actually looks great. Nothing too overbearing or too thick right now as we start off one of the busier hours here out on the roadways. If you are traveling east of Indianapolis, this is a bit closer to US 35. We have two lanes blocked near High Street. Both directions here are closed off for commuters. This is creating issues for those drivers. If you're familiar with this area, I would just avoid it just because it is not passable for at least right now. 69 near 106th Street looks great from the northeast side. Inbound lanes, not seeing a whole lot of commuter activity at the moment. That's usually one of our busier spots too, getting into Indianapolis. And as of right now, it seems to be running smoothly. Northeast side drive times all in the green right now, so we're not seeing any slowdowns for those drivers. 69 from Fishers to I-465 at a 4-minute trip. Allisonville Road from Noblesville to I-465 at a 12-minute drive, and then Keystone Parkway from Carmel to Fall Creek, you're just over a 15-minute morning commute. Lawsuit targeting the new limits on abortion in Texas.
This chilly may have you losing the hoodie by the afternoon.
Yeah, you might need the hair cranking, but you're saying that were you going to talk about Monument Circle?
I was actually, yes. The kickoff event does have it closed off for drivers, not only this morning, but also this evening too, obviously. So I would just avoid that area as much as possible. Sounds like a fun time though, and you have great weather for that. David's going to detail that for you. Luckily, we have nice weather to start off this morning too for your morning drive. This picture, I-465, just west of Emerson Avenue on the city south side, looks great heading east and westbound along that entire stretch. South side drive times are quick for the time being. If you're coming in from 31, everything seems to be running at a pretty good pace there for those drivers. Our Tom Wood Automotive Group traffic map not showing any issues from the city's south side, but we do have a crash well east of downtown. This is off of US 35. So we have two lanes right now that are involved in this crash, and it looks like they have reopened it to commuters right now, but it is still very slow going for those drivers along that stretch. So if you're familiar with that this morning, I would just avoid that area. Otherwise, the downtown area and the metro area right now, even just a couple minutes after 7:15, seems to be flowing okay. David? Into Indianapolis here this morning. We're not running into many, if any, issues here. Would show a really quiet start to the morning here on the NDOT camera. Otherwise, on our Tom Wood Automotive Group traffic map, for the most part, everybody waking up to a really good note here. Lots of green here on the map, including the city's north and west side. So if you're coming in as far northwest as the Lebanon area, continuing in along 65, you're not running into any issues. Continuing into downtown too, looks absolutely fantastic for those drivers. And here's just a small little stretch of 65 near 38th Street, or I should say 30th Street rather, closer to downtown. Everything seems to be running smoothly here this morning for those commuters, and volume still actually looks pretty light considering that it is 7:30 this morning. If you are coming in from the southwest side, a little slow coming in from 37, otherwise nothing too over the top here from Martinsville to I-465. You have a 29-minute morning drive. 70 from Plainfield into the south split at a 14-minute morning commute, and then 70 from the south split out to the airport. You have a quick 10-minute morning drive.